Today, Sora is the final Smash Bros. Ultimate fighter, and we've never seen Smash players so united. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. Now that everyone knows how much money we make on Twitch, there's no need to pretend this isn't how we dress all the time.
You think there's coffee in these mugs? Nope. Crystal.
Can I take this stuff off? The fur coat is so warm, and the sunglasses make it hard to see the computer.
What? No, then people won't think that we're rich. You ever wanted way too much information about online live streaming giant Twitch.tv? Well, it's your lucky day, because somehow somebody leaked about 125 gigabytes of absolutely everything, from source code to changelogs to partner earnings. The latter has been getting most of the news over the last day or so, with people fascinated to see what their favorite streamers are earning via subscriptions on the platform, and also thoroughly misunderstanding that when someone says, "These are Shroud's gross earnings," they mean the amount he makes before tax, and not that the amount he's making is somehow appalling. Though I guess in some cases both can be true. And while there are some staggering numbers in the top 10 or even top 25 earners, a repeated observation I've noted is people remarking on, honestly, how little an average streamer earns for their time. At least commentators who appear to have a job and or pay taxes seem to think so, while others continue to deride the notion of providing entertainment as a service. Patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. Also, the data covers the 2 years from August 2019 to September 2021, so the totals being thrown around are not monthly, as I've seen some wildly misinterpret. They're not even annual. Anyway, while that's all fun for drama around money, the potentially much bigger issue is that it's also all the source code. Like, all the back-end data that runs Twitch was also part of the leak. Again, potentially a massive issue, but we don't really know to what possible extent, and it's likely that we never will without a statement from Twitch themselves, who I kinda doubt are gonna rush to announce how badly they've been owned. So until that hypothetical day, we'll just have to glean what info we can from the payout report, like how profitable it is, statistically, to be a loud, white, irritating man, which you'd think would be great for me. I'm most of the way there, but I'm just so darn soft-spoken.
What? Why are you looking at me? And why are we on this strangely deliberate wide shot?
No reason.
Hey, guess what? Sony hates fun and doesn't like money, and it also slept with your mom. They set fire to your house and they stole your car, and also they have the clap. Second verse, same as the first. This week, Sony turned off the ability to buy digital content on the PS3 and Vita stores, citing nothing, really, but it probably has to do with the fact that the PS3 is 2 generations old, and the Vita is not really a going concern for many developers anymore. Though, feel free to hit up the comments below on how your niche favorite indie darling just brought out a new dating sim last year on the Vita. That'll turn back time. So if you own one of these retro consoles, you're stuck! Except, you're not. You can go to the PS Store on a PS5, PS4, PC, or mobile device and just add funds to your PlayStation wallet, or P-Swallet, as I've been calling it. Then hop back on the PS3 or Vita and make your purchases. It's really a slow drop for these consoles, isn't it? Sony already axed the PSP store, though you can buy PSP games on the PS3 and Vita store. And they turned off the web versions of the PlayStation store, but hey, you can still use the apps? So think of Sony sunsetting a console more as a Viking funeral. If you want, you can just watch the longboat float out to sea and see the corpse get picked apart by seabirds for days and days. And if you find yourself missing the good times you had on your PSTV, you can just row out to the boat and have a good close look at the remains. This metaphor is falling apart, and I invoke my right to end by over-enunciating!
In a special event earlier this week, the final fighter for the Smash Bros. Ultimate roster was announced, and somehow the three houses of Square Enix, Nintendo, and Disney were able to combine their forces and bring Kingdom Hearts protagonist Sora to the fight. Sadly, not Master Chief, not Crash Bandicoot, not Doom Guy, though Doom Guy did get a Mii Fighter costume, and not our poor lamentable purple idiot, Waluigi. But instead of people getting sad that their fave pick wasn't included, or ripping apart Sora for being yet another sword user, which he is. Don't at me, you know it, the key is just a Mickey-friendly sword analog. No, instead, Smash Bros. Players, maybe for the first time in their wretched lives, were united in happiness. Not even about Sora, though honestly, Sora topped an official Smash community poll in 2015. He's been a repeatedly demanded addition for years, and this is huge. But happiness and thankfulness for game director Masahiro Sakurai. The hashtag #ThankYouSakurai trended worldwide even before the announcement, and the outpouring of gratitude for Sakurai's long years of work on not only this game but the entire Smash Bros. Series did not go unnoticed, with Sakurai humbly saying, and I'm paraphrasing here because it was in Japanese, "The hashtag was trending and I was watching it. I'm the one who is really grateful. It's thanks to the support of many people." Hopefully now Sakurai can return to his egg, whatever cocoon he emerged fully formed from, and rest forever. But what I want to talk about is the debut trailer, where all the fighters become frozen in time as little figurines until Mario breaks himself free by sheer force of will and summons Sora, who resurrects all the fighters one last time, implying that the Smash Bros. Universe is just yet another Kingdom Hearts world? Maybe? The Smash lore is that they're all toys, and the fights are just games that children are playing with them, and that's about the most straightforward thing even tangentially related to Kingdom Hearts, so I think it's a safe bet.
If you're like me, and God help me, why would you want to be like anyone else? You've got a lot of Game Boys sitting around, taking up space in their beautiful Lucite display stands, eagerly awaiting the next time you have an urge to play Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly. And naturally, you end up spending most of your time trying to decide if you're going to clumsily lead Bart through a green-on-green forest filled with poor hit detection using your original DMG-01, or plug in your SNES to use the Super Game Boy, or steal the TV remote's batteries for your Game Boy Pocket, or cycle through the color palette with your Atomic Purple Game Boy Color. The indecision mirrors a night spent doing Netflix roulette, and you start to think, why can't I just play all 4 of them at once? And now you can! Dr. Ludos has developed a new game called GB Corp, an idle game found on itch.io, where you hire different models of Game Boys to do the work of your fictional company that pushes buttons all day. Load it onto a flash cart, and it'll work on any pre-advanced Game Boy. But what's more is that the consoles you hire only work when you play the game on the same console model. So in order to progress in the game, it pays to swap the cart between all of the Game Boys on your shelf. Now sure, you could just load this into an emulator and swap console models back and forth every time you need to swap virtual batteries, but where's the fun in that? Plus, this gives me a great excuse to drop a few $100 upgrading all of my old Game Boys to have IPS screens so I can finally see what the fuck I'm doing! At my age, it's cheaper than eye surgery!
Okay, I'm actually really hot now.
Oh, I know you are. CheckPoint has the hottest hosts in the business.
While I appreciate the wordplay, I'm talking danger of heat stroke hot.
Yeah, I guess we are fur coats and sunglasses rich, but not effective air conditioning rich. Coming up, Adidas and Microsoft have teamed up to make shoes inspired by the Xbox console, and good luck accessorizing with these Dayglow terrors. If you want a shoe that demands fealty from your entire wardrobe, here they are!
Booyakasha. I don't know why I felt like Heather needed to see that. What? But then people won't know how... Fuck. It's hard to read the prompter with these fucking shutter shades.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Beej, you missed the king.
Yeah.
He was just here.
Oh, that's too bad.
This is really hot.
He's a bit of an asshole anyway.
Oh, my Lord.
Off with his head.
Ugh. So I saw a comment in our... I mean, we shouldn't read them, obviously, for our health. But I saw a comment on the YouTube about something to the effect. I'm paraphrasing, but again, something to
Was
the
it
effect
in Japanese?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. But it was like, I don't know, it was criticizing some manner that we were reporting a story and then saying that, but we've got to get the requisite Nintendo and Sony story in there or something like that. He's like...
Somebody who hasn't watched the show that often is what you're saying.
Implying that, okay, so this has always been the way, even all the way back to the Escapist News Network, right?
Right.
It's like we do a story that makes Sony look stupid and people are like, oh, you're Xbox fanboys. And then we do a Sony that makes Microsoft look stupid and they're like, oh, you're Nintendo fanboys. And it just sort of goes in the cycle. But I was thinking about it, and there's no mandate for what we do and do not report on at all.
No.
It's purely just, here are some news headlines from the past week. What jumps out to us as something we can write in a funny way.
Yeah. I happen to have an inbuilt bias for doing Nintendo stuff.
You like Nintendo.
Yeah, so I will always do that. And the last few weeks of purposely shitting on Sony stories is basically just to get everyone's goat.
Yeah.
It's just to make people mad because it's like, you guys are taking that shit way too seriously. It's not a big deal.
What it made me think of, though, is we haven't done a Microsoft story in a while because, and I'm thinking about it, they just haven't done anything interesting.
It's true. They're largely benign.
Yeah, any Microsoft or Xbox story, like we talked about those shoes just now, but any Microsoft or Xbox story is either A, non-existent, or just B, just not exciting or funny in any remote possible way.
And largely, it's probably more because it's Xbox stories are the stories that we would be doing. And it's like, we're not going to talk about Windows 11. Why would we talk about Windows 11? I know that for PC gamers that might be important for some reason, but it's but largely maybe it's not that important.
It's finding an angle on what works as writing it in a funny way, or if we think it's super relevant, and this is not a dig on Microsoft either. Not doing anything worth us joking about is probably good.
Yeah.
That's the fact that we've been talking about Sony and Microsoft, or Sony and Nintendo a lot for the past couple weeks, is probably bad for those people.
Yeah. May Microsoft live in uninteresting times.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted...
That was amazing.
Something happened to my voice, sir.
That's good. You're coming of age.
Yeah, finally. And while there are some staggering numbers in the top 20 or even top 20, god damn it. Things are going really well for me today. Anyway, Sora, hey?
I don't care.
I know you don't care. You don't play Smash Brothers. Why would you care?
I don't play Smash. I don't play Kingdom Hearts. I've never gotten into a lot of that stuff.
Well, now you have a chance because all of it's coming to Switch.
I also have this deep-seated aversion to simple and clean.
Is this the theme song to the first game is your problem?
Yes. You know how many karaoke things I've sat through at anime conventions where a dozen people get up and all decide that they're going to do Utada Hikaru's Simple and Clean, and they're all pretty good at it, but they're not great at it, but they're fucking convinced that I need to get up there and do this so I can go to the next round. And I'm just I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate that I have to sit here and listen to this horse shit, and that you think that this is you know what it was. But before that, it was Eyes on Me, and I can't fucking stand that song either because that was everybody's choice. Is there's that thing too, and it's Beej, why do you have a problem with stuff? And it's I have a problem with stuff because I kept having to fucking see it all the time. So
Eyes on Me?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What's a Japanese song I can sing that's all in English? Perfect. Done. I can fucking do that.
Do they still do karaoke at anime conventions?
Yes!
Oh,
they can't watch anime anymore. There's no point at showing anime at anime conventions because all the anime is already out there and everyone's watching it. They don't need to come to a convention to see it anymore.
Oh, right. That was a thing.
It's real weird, actually. It's it's all an anime convention is the ancillary exercises associated with anime rooms. Yeah. It's you don't need those anymore. It's gaming cons people still game at. Mm-hmm. But by and large, gaming cons are not about going to do the gaming. It's about going to get a taste of gaming a little bit and then buy a bunch of shit.
Don't do it like that. Don't lick the gaming.
Don't lick the Oculus before you put it onto your face, because you're going to get pink eye in your mouth.
Switch cartridges are so bitter.
They really probably are. I haven't licked one because I'm afraid of oxidizing it. You think there's coffee in these mugs? Nope. Fuck. Have a warm glass of fuck.
Amazing.